Welcome to the Baldwin City Ballpark for this non-league game between the visiting KC Knights and the home Baldwin City Blues. I am announcer Joe Compton along with Brett Gamber. And I'm going to start by announcing the lineups first for the visiting Knights. Batting first, the center fielder Rollins Brandt. Second, the first baseman Depeche Nath. Third, the second baseman, Jackson Truman. Fourth, the catcher, Joshua Hudson. Fifth, the designated hitter, Chris Jones. Sixth, the third baseman, Alden Barrett. Seventh, the left fielder, Jack LeMasters. Eighth, the right fielder, and ninth, the shortstop, Jaden Kell. Pitching for the Knights is Carter Rennick. Now we're going to start with Baldwin City, and I should note, I apologize for any issues we might have internet-wise. Hopefully we'll have a smoother stream, but we will see. Now for Baldwin City, as Rollins Brandt steps in. First, the designated hitter, Marquis Williams. Second, the left fielder, Brian Johnson. Third, the third baseman, Cade Adams. Fourth, the first baseman, Quinn Grobel, as this one is sent into shallow center field. Nope, second base, where it will be caught by Caleb Welshire. And we're going to finish reading off the lineup in, I believe we left off at fifth, which was the shortstop, Logan Groh. Sixth is the right fielder, Holden Howerton. Seventh, the catcher, Austin Arocha. Eighth, the second baseman, Caleb Welshire. And ninth, Zach Garcia. And pitching for Baldwin City is Hudson Ivey, who sends that one low for ball one. Hi, Brett. I know that was a lot, and
I'm awake.
Are you? This ball roped into right field. And Depeche Nath is on with a one-out single. The Knights with their first base runner.
Yeah, it was huge for Hudson Ivey to get a first pitch, first out there here in the top of the first to start the game. Hopefully the Blues can pull a quick double play here to get out of it quick. But one huge thing for Ivey is just to get ahead of the count, as it is for almost every pitcher out there. But get ahead of the count early and hopefully get some ground balls.
As Jackson Truman sends this one up the middle, straight to Logan Groh, who makes the flip to second. The throw to first is in time. So after the base runner, it took just one pitch for the 6-4-3 double play. And that'll do it here in the top of the first. No runs off one hit, no errors, none left on. We will take a short break with this game scoreless after half an inning. Marquis Williams leads off the bottom of the first inning for the Baldwin City Blues after a quick 1-2-3, which included a double play, something that Baldwin City's done a lot as Williams shows bunt but pulls back. Pitch is still in there for the first strike of the at-bat. 0-1. The 0-1 upstairs. Count even now at 1-1.
One thing I really do admire about Williams is just the idea that he shows bunt on the first pitch.
That pitch alone outside, yeah, he definitely has speed on the base pass.
Just to bring almost the third baseman in, Barrett in. And as we've seen before in previous games, Williams is really good at going opposite field. So the fact that he's brought in the third baseman early in the game just to put it through the second, third gap.
As this one fouled off to the first base side.
Would be huge for the Blues.
Count even at 2-2. Yep, it definitely would. As you want to get the first base runner on, and especially a quick one like. If you can get him on, he can take second and third pretty easily. The 2-2 is hit to Truman at second. The throw over to first is in time. 1 out. Now in the bottom of the first inning. Which brings up the second batter for Baldwin City. That would be Brennan Johnson. Now you talk about another lethal force on the bases with Johnson. He may not be as quick as Williams, but he is definitely fast in his own right. In fact, he leads the Mid-Plains League in stolen bases as he takes a pitch low for ball one.
I think Johnson also brings a sense of tomfoolery, I would say. I mean, he likes to fool with the pitcher and fool with the catcher as well. Obviously, you'll see if he gets to later in the game, if he gets to a 3-1, 3-0 count, he might show bunt. He might, try and throw off the pitcher a little bit, and then when he gets on the base path, he's really going to try and get the pitcher to throw back or, get in the pitcher's head.
As he takes the 1-2, low and in. Count even at 2-2. Two hit into left field, and LeMasters is under it and makes the grab. 2 batters, 2 outs. Bring in Cade Adams.
The third baseman, number 18, Cade Adams.
This is actually, funnily enough, a hometown matchup. As Adams takes the first pitch on the outer third of the zone for strike one. Adams, a native of Odessa, Missouri. As is Carter Rennick, the pitcher for the Knights. As Adams sends this one into left field, and LeMasters under it again, and he will make the catch in foul territory. So that'll do it here in the bottom of the first inning. No runs off, no hits, no errors, none left on. We're scoreless after 1, and with that, we will step aside with another break. Joshua Hudson leads off the top of the second inning for the Kansas City Knights. We're scoreless in this one. So far, both teams going 3 up, 3 down. This one hit to Logan Groh at short. The throw over first will be made. 1 out. So, as I seems in the top of the, in the first inning, the Knights got a man on, but immediately the next pitch, a double play. Whereas the no hits for Baldwin City as Chris Jones is the next batter up, and he ropes one foul on the third base side. 0-2. Jones, a graduate of Rockhurst High School. Not sure on where he's going at next year, but foul once again. Currently hitting 176 in Van Johnson League play and 364 with the 364 on-base percentage. Obviously, these two teams in different leagues. This is a non-league. They have the Mid-Plains League. Now in the Van Johnson Collegiate Leagues, the 0-2 is high, 4-1, 1-2. But the Knights last played in the Mid-Plains League in 2020. Strikeout number 1 of the evening for Hudson Ivy. And 2 away in the top of the second. But this is the first time that these two teams have played since 2020.
The third baseman, number 15,
which was, of course, a long time ago in a drastically different world. As Alden Barrett steps in for his first at-bat, and he fouls the first pitch he sees off into the fence. Barrett, a native of Pleasant Hill, currently plays at Central Methodist as the breaking ball just misses. 4-1. Now we're gonna start the game early, as the 1-1 is outside for 2-1. Brett, what is the mascot of Pleasant Hill High School?
Why don't you go ahead and...
Roosters.
The Roosters.
As the 2-1 is in there for called strike 2. They actually played a game at Liston Stadium in, I believe, 2020. Liston Stadium, the football stadium of Baker University. They played Valley Center High School, which were always really fun in both high school and college football. Is the now full.
Roosters, huh?
Yep.
Is there any reoccurring in that conference or?
The payoff pitch swung on and missed. Strikeout number 2 for Hudson Ivy. And that'll do it here for the top of the second inning. No runs off, no hits, no errors, none left on. Another 1-2-3 inning. We will go to the bottom of the second after the break. Quinn Grobel leads off for Baldwin City. A quick affair so far as Grobel swings and misses at the first pitch. Count 0-1. Quick affair so far. 1-2-3 half innings in the bottom of the second. Grobel sees the next pitch in there for called strike 2. So 2 pitches, 2 strikes, 2 different ways. 0-2 the count. And the 0-2 is just like the 0-1. A swing and a miss. Make that strikeout number 1.
The shortstop, number 11.
I will give Rennick some good job at staying around the zone and has some good command with a slider and a couple of breaking balls that can be lethal, especially if he's trying to stretch out a pretty good start here today.
Yeah, he really does. The first pitch, a little outside. It looked like maybe an off-speed, had a little bit of movement, but this one sent. It will be it'll be into foul territory and over the fence.
Needless to say, if that was fair, it would not be gone.
It would not, but it would have been
warning track power.
It was well struck.
Yeah,
I believe
the launching was way up there.
Yep,
that was a high fly ball.
But those are nerd stats.
Huh?
Sort of. Launch angle and BABIP and FWAR, and they're fun sometimes.
I do enjoy looking at some nerd stats.
They do, but then it makes
yeah, it makes sense why I would include
I like
that.
it better in baseball than I do other sports. Is the 1 and 2 is outside to even up the count at 2 and 2. It's better. Advanced analytics has killed a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Baseball is not there yet. The 2-2 check swung on, but not even close to coming around. Not a check swing, but he did think about it, but it is a full count now. And the payoff pitch low for ball 4. Baldwin City with their first base runner of the game is Logan Groh with the 1-out walk.
Right fielder, number 24, Colton Howerton.
And it will be Colton Howerton, the next batter up, to move the runners, and Howerton with a pretty hot bat. He is the guy that maybe, if you're looking to advance the runner, he can be your guy. There's a lot of power from Baldwin City.
One thing I am noticing is we do have 4 lefties.
As that pitch outside and past the glove of Hudson. So Groh will just take second base.
There are 4 lefties in the lineup for the Baldwin City Blues. So it's going to be interesting to me to see those lefty-lefty matchups, see how those will come about, and see how Rennick can, kind of adjust to that.
Yep, and Rennick with a base runner on for the first time. It looks like he's, at least in this at-bat, as that one's in there for a called strike 1, kind of favored the outside part of the zone and maybe tried to go a little too far out and maybe not give Howerton an inside pitch. As he sends this one right down the middle, this one into center field, and Brant will make the catch. Groh tagging up successfully from third. So 2 outs, but Baldwin City with a runner on third. Should Austin Arocha reach base safely, this could be
Number 13, Austin Arocha.
This could be the first run of the game, and it is Austin Arocha to try to get that job done.
Well, did you know that there's
Yeah.
But another one is catcher's interference, because not many people think about that.
Yeah, that one I always
it's not
think
too
of,
often.
Maybe yeah. But the count is 2-1 to Arocha, who swings and misses to even up the count at 2. So Rennick
Got a full house on the board.
just
Oh, yeah.
2-2 with 2 outs in the second inning.
But if you look at the
5 of a kind, if you want to say the bottom of the second inning. He swings, and this one is over the head of Truman in short into right field. And that'll drive home Logan. And RBI single by Austin Arocha.
with 2
Baldwin
outs.
City takes the first lead of the game.
The second baseman, number 30, Caleb Welshier.
And in steps Caleb Welshier. To try to keep this inning going. And he'll Welshier another lefty.
Yeah. Oh, I guess, so that is 5 that are in the lineup. I forgot to count Welshier.
The 1-0, the 1-0 on the inner third. And our PA guy Grady is with Isaiah
Isaiah Garcia.
So a batting lineup that's 2/3 lefties.
And I believe, looking at the first game of the season for the Blues, remember the Mustangs?
And the 1-2 fouled off once again.
The Mustangs had a hefty lineup of lefties, too.
Would you say they had a lot of hefty lefties?
They had a lot of hefty I mean, yeah, they beat us 10-0, so I would say
Yeah,
they had a lot of hefty lefties.
hefty. That's a trash bag. No free ads though.
But we do take sponsorships.
Goes, and he is safe. Was a ball, so the count now 2-2. The bottom of the second inning.
One thing that Welshier did
with
really
a runner in scoring position
good there.
at second base.
The fact that he stayed in the box and stood still.
Yep, and he sends this one straight back to the pitcher, Rennick, who's going to run over, and the play will not be made. That is an error. Now on who I would probably an error on the.
Rennick. I'd say Rennick. Because it was a throw.
I'm being overruled. And the throw definitely was low. I just wasn't sure if it was.
I mean,
it still looked playable, but yes, it was a low throw. Nath was not able to.
I was gonna say it was he was gonna
get a glove on it.
Yeah, Nath was gonna have to pick it on that.
And Garcia goes opposite field into left field, but that'll score Austin Rocha. Baldwin City with their second run of the game and taking as much advantage as you could to, you punish the error right there. You get it because that would have ended the inning. You get another life and you send the first pitch into the outfield and score another run. As Marquis Williams, the next batter up, he sees first pitch in there for called strike one.
And I think a lot of these lefties, they do have a good inside-out swing if they need it to. Their hands are really quick to the zone. So obviously, if it's an outside pitch like Rennick has been throwing to lefties, there's
Williams fouls this off.
a pretty big chance that it's going to go to left field.
That's true. And yeah, our video situation isn't getting much better, but you can hear us on the audio, so we'll try to treat it like a radio broadcast, which we try to do a decent job of. The 0-2 check swung on. Did he go? Yes, he did. That'll do it here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 runs off 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left on. Baldwin City strikes first. They lead 2-0. And with that, we will take a break and come back with the top of the third inning. Jack LeMasters leads off the top of the third inning for the Kansas City Knights. The first pitch that he sees by Hudson Ivy is outside for ball one. The 1-0 is the same result as the 0-0 outside.
LeMasters has a really low stance in the box.
Yes, he does, and he sends this one up into right field. Colton Howerton is under it and makes the grab.
Obviously, we see a lot of
One
different
down.
stances in the league and just baseball in general, but I'm trying to put a major league player to that stance, but I can't think of one off the dome.
That is one of my favorite things about baseball. Is it feels like in a lot of sports, obviously, you know, guys have different shooting form in basketball or different ways they're going to throw a football. But as that pitch is inside for ball one, but in baseball, it seems like you can have some of the wildest batting stances, and this one over the head of Caleb Welshier and into right field.
I mean, you look at all the different leagues around the world. I mean,
Goalie on
you have
with the one-out single.
the Mexico League. I mean, all across the world,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different countries that have so many different leagues, and they're all tied a different way. I mean, in the United States itself.
Even in Major League Baseball and some of the American players having some.
Yeah.
I think as baseball has become a little more standardized these days, Hudson Ivy throws it over to first. Cannot find goalie as Jaden Kell steps in. He rounds out the bottom of the lineup for the Knights, and he takes the first pitch he sees low for a ball. But yeah, there's so many. I just remember trying to think of some of my favorites. The pitch by Kell hit to Ivy. The throw over to second in time. The throw over to first by Welshier in time as well. Another no runs, no hits. No runs off, one hit, no errors, none left on. Another 1-2-3 inning. Baldwin City retains their 2-0 lead. And with that, we will take a break and We'll take a break and come back with the bottom of the third inning. Brennan Johnson leads off the bottom of the third inning. Baldwin City currently ahead of this one 2-0. Both of those runs, not all two, both. I guess you could say all two. Both of those runs coming in the bottom of the first. As the first pitch was high for ball one, the next pitch low and away for ball two. Johnson 0 for 1 so far. Only has the one at bat, which was a fly out to left. And he sends this one up in the air, and who wants it? And it's the catcher Hudson that makes the grab in foul territory. One away now. In the bottom of the third, bringing up Cade Adams.
The third baseman, number 18, Cade Adams.
Adams also 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. However, his was in foul territory. And the first pitch that he sees by Carter Rennick is outside for ball 1. So, I said it, I kind of brought it up last time. This is an Odessa versus Odessa matchup. So, can you name the mascot for Odessa High School? It's the Rams, as the 1-0 is swung on and missed.
And is there a correlation with the district?
I believe that's the only school in the district. So, unlike yours and mine school, there's a lot of single school districts in the entire country. I don't know if
I guess that's very true.
I don't know if you've seen those maps going around on Twitter of all the logos of the different high schools by state. They're pretty cool, but someone beat me to the punch on the Kansas one, so I'm a little upset. But the 2-1 swung on and missed once again. Count now even at 2-2. The 2-2 hit up into the air, and Nath, the first baseman, makes the grab. So, 2 batters in a row pop out. This one in fair territory. But what that means is there is 2 outs in the bottom of the third, and in steps Quinn Grobel. Grobel 0 for 1 in this game with a 3-pitch strikeout, being his only at-bat. And he'll send this one into the outfield. It's kind of a worm burner there, but it gets the job done, and he's aboard with the 2-out single.
The shortstop, number 11, Logan Groh.
But yeah, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
As Logan Groh steps in. Groh 0 for 0 with a walk. These two, Grobel and Groh, will be future teammates next season in the fall at Cali Community College, as Groh takes the first pitch inside in there for called strike 1. However, Grobel from Leawood and Groh from Gardner, which graduated from Gardner Edgerton just a couple months ago, and he sends this one.
It's going to be fair.
Fair ball, and he'll hold up at first. Obviously, was about as close as you could get to. The ball was about as close as you could get to third base without touching it.
I will say it was a good perspective from the home plate umpire to just see it travel. I believe it went straight over the bag, which obviously is in fair play.
Yeah, it definitely. I think we had a good angle on it to see it as Colton Howerton fouls the first pitch off. But yeah, I mean that easily could have been called a foul ball, and I'm not sure that I would have really faulted him for it. But it was the correct call at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So props to our field umpire. We always talk about umps when they do a bad job. We need to talk more about them when they do a good job.
Amen to that.
That pitch is high for ball 1. Were you ever an umpire?
I was an umpire for, I think, 2 seasons out in the 3-2 complex in Shawnee. Or I guess it's more Lenexa, but...
It's Lenexa. As the pitch roped straight to Thuman at second base. And he easily missed the grab, so that'll do it here in the bottom of the third. No runs off 2 hits. No errors. 2 left on. Baldwin City can't add to their lead, but they still have it. 2-0 is the score, and we will take a break and come back with the top of the 4th inning. Rollins Brandt leads off the top of the 4th inning for the Kansas City Knights. He is 0 for 1 and takes the first pitch in there for strike 1, so he is behind at this count 0-1. The next pitch, a ball, so the count is 1-1. And the 1-1 way outside, so the count now 2-1. Brandt is 0 for 1 in this game. Swung and actually put the first pitch that he saw in play. And he swings and misses. Count now 2-2. However, he popped out to Caleb Welshire at second base. And he now sees the count at 2-2. And this one hit into left field. And Brandon Johnson, on kind of a run, makes the catch. I say on a run because, well, he ran. Obviously, he ran to get it, but he
did travel some green.
He did not catch it on a run. However, he had about maybe a tenth of a second to even stop to catch it.
Yeah.
So great job by Johnson, and caught that just before the foul line so that it wasn't fair territory. In steps Pesh Nath, who sends the ball straight to Quinn Grobel at first, who's just going to run over and tag the bag.
Joe, as we talked about batting stances a little bit earlier, I'd like to mention Hudson Ivy's arm slot. Obviously, he's a sidearm pitcher, but with that being said, when he goes to throw, maybe a two-seam fastball or even a changeup, it's going to tail a little bit more than as you would see a pitcher that throws over the top.
Very true, as the first pitch to Jackson Truman is high for ball 1. Truman is 0 for 1, hit into a double play to end the first inning. And he takes, and therefore called strike 1. Truman just finished up his sophomore season at Emporia State, where he made 7 appearances for the Hornets. Hit .250 in those 7 appearances. He swings and misses, so the count is 1-2. A graduate of Lee Summit West. What is the mascot for Lee Summit West?
Is it the Tigers?
Nope, that would be Lee Summit High School. As that pitch fouled off.
You should be proud. I did get one of the Lee Summits.
Well, yeah, you just got the wrong one.
A for effort, though.
Officer, it was a red light. I got one of the lights. That's why I ran it when it was a red.
Huh?
I was trying to make a you got 1 of 3. It was a bad reference.
It's all right.
But the 1-2 is swung on, and the throw to first, not in time. A kind of right there in no man's land. Never left the infield, though. But
that reminds me of the play when
quick play by Truman, and
I can't remember who was playing second for the Royals that day. It might have been Garcia, when Bobby Witt took almost the same play right there.
Oh yeah,
and literally had, I think, Michael Garcia, or was it Laughlin?
I think I know who it was. It was the second baseman.
Oh, hey, stay hot, kids. Stay hot.
Who it was.
But, yeah, and obviously just kind of tumbled over Witt while he still proceeded to make the play.
That was the first pitch that Joshua Hudson sees. He is outside for ball 1. So with Truman getting on, that does represent not a bit of a milestone, as it does not break up a no-hitter or a perfect game or anything like that. However, he is the first third batter to reach base. In the first and the third innings, the Knights got somebody on before getting doubled off. So they went 1-2-3, the unconventional route, a couple times. However, there is a fourth batter up right now, And the count is 2-1 to Hudson, who is 0 for 1 in the game so far. Ivy throwing back to catch Truman. Cannot find him, so I guess I could be staying corrected. Should the inning end on the base pass, that would still technically be
caught
1,
running
2,
or
3, right? Yeah, or like a back pick, caught stealing, something like that. The 2-1 once again outside. Count now 3-1.
Moving over to the professional, as we were talking about, the play with Bobby Witt, the Cleveland Guardians are losing to the Detroit Tigers right now, 1-0 in the top of the ninth. Which
this one hit into the glove of Caleb Welshier, just beyond the grass. But that'll do it here in the top of the 4th inning. No runs off, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. That'll do it here in the top of the 4th. We come back with the bottom of the 4th. Baldwin City still leading 2-0. Austin Rocha leads off the bottom of the 4th inning. Baldwin City currently leading as well, 2-0. Rocha was I believe the first run of the game as he takes a pitch on the inner part of the zone for strike 1. He was the second run as he fouls the next pitch he sees off, so the count is now 0-2. He was the second run. Logan Groh was the first. It is Carter Rennick out for the Knights once again. That pitch outside for ball 1. Brett, why don't you give us a weather report? I haven't had one of those tonight, and I'm a little curious.
I'd love to give you a weather report, Joe.
I'll tell you, this pitch hit to Kell at short. He's going to make a long throw, and he does. Nice fielding effort from him to make the 6-3 putout.
It is currently 79 degrees outside, feeling like 81. Humidity percentage is at 65%.
That's high.
Yeah, you can see for days because it's a 19-mile visibility if you're one of those far-sighted people.
I'm not.
I am one of those far-sighted people, but I don't think I could.
I'm nearsighted. I can't see about 2 feet in front of me as Caleb Welsh ropes one into right field. And he's on with a single.
Winds are going about 5 miles per hour south, with gusts up to 7. And the sunset tonight will be at 8:47 p.m. So,
And that is in 52 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, this game, knock on wood, is
going pretty quickly so far as Garcia
Yes.
takes the first pitch he sees, high for ball 1. Garcia 1 for 1. This contest brought home the aforementioned Arocha. So he does have an RBI to his credit. He sees the next pitch, high for ball 2. And the 2-0 roped into right field once again. Welsh going to third. Garcia was on his way to second. He's still going to get there. He took a bit of a tumble on his way there, but still had enough time to get to second base safely. So that is
he must have found a rock or something.
He might have. He kind of did a little bit of a barrel roll on the way.
It's almost like a Camp Murphy roll.
On the way out, but it is a double. So Baldwin City with 2 runners in scoring position for Marquis Williams.
I will say I don't think he was going to advance because Welshire wasn't going home.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to advance to third, but he definitely would have made it there a little more comfortably.
And not with dirt on his back.
As Williams takes the first pitch in his zone for strike 1.
It's always nice to get the jersey dirty.
It's true. You know? Yeah. Earn your stripes, or that's Adidas. Or is that Frosted Flakes?
Frosted
Williams
Flakes is
sends
great.
this one into left field. The Masters makes the grab, and Welshire will tag up. The throw home, not in time.
I mean, it was close to being
on time. It was close,
but
and I think maybe if
Welshire was
if it was a little lower, he probably would have had him.
And Welshire
was not
had no intent to slide, so.
No, he did not. He easily could have.
Half second earlier, and it might have been.
And Garcia does stay put at second base. So still a runner on second base, but 2 outs. They score now 3-0. In steps Brennan Johnson, looking for his first hit of the evening.
I believe their great is Frosted Flakes.
Well, I thought you can have multiple taglines.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to look it up.
I would assume it would be Adidas.
Pitch hit
and run
to second base. The throw over first is in time, so that'll do it here in the bottom of the 4th.
In the bottom of the 4th for the Blues.
1 run off 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on. Baldwin City extends their lead. They now lead 3-0. And with that, we will take a break and be back with the top of the 5th inning. leads off for the Knights, which he will do with a.
It's a long single.
It was a long single. He roped out to left field and started around first base,
The third baseman, number
but
15,
couldn't.
Baldwin Barrett.
So
Ball was not going to reach.
while we were on the topic of slogans, Joe, we might as well do a little
By
bit.
the way, Earn Your Stripes was Frosted Flakes. I'd like
It
to
was.
put that on the record.
It was. I found this little slogan quiz that we can have you take to see if you know your
Okay.
slogans.
We'll see.
We'll start off easy, and then I'll work my way into some more
Okay.
difficult ones. So first one, it gives you wings.
That's Red Bull.
I would assume that you would be knowing that one pretty quickly.
As this pitch hit into center field, Isaiah Garcia making a. But
Eat
he does
fresh.
make it. That's Subway.
All right.
The left fielder, number
Sandwiches.
60, Jack LeMaster.
As there is 1 out for Jack. Currently 0 for 1 in this contest. So flew out to start the top of the third inning.
All right,
He takes
here's
first
a
pitch high, 4-1.
little bit of a more difficult one. Impossible is nothing.
That's got to be something stupid like Tesla.
No, there is a clue that comes with it.
What is the clue? That pitch low for ball 2.
I think it would give it away, but
Well,
I'm going to say
you offered a clue.
I'm going to say athlete instead of what it actually was going to say.
No, say what it said.
The clue is sportswear.
Pitch fouled off for ball 1. Is it Puma?
It is not Puma.
It's not Nike.
I think this was a little promotional piece because I don't think I've.
Was this the Nike Michael Jordan one?
You're getting in the right direction.
The 2-1 high. Yeah, now 3-1. So is it Adidas? It's not.
It is Adidas.
Okay.
It is Adidas. I've heard it. I think maybe
3-1
twice.
low for ball 4, and runners on now for Christopher Gully.
All right, I know you've definitely heard this one before. It's have a break.
Fancy Feast.
It is not Fancy Feast.
Break.
It is not.
It's Kit Kat.
It is Kit Kat.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
That was pretty impressive. Second try. I mean, I guess.
Oh, you didn't even get the reference?
Of what?
Fancy Feast. It's from The Office.
Oh, okay.
The 0-1.
I will
Swung and
say
a miss once again.
I've probably
0-2.
probably watched a collective 10 episodes of The Office.
I've probably seen it about 10 to 12 times total.
Well,
so
yeah. I just haven't really.
the 0-2 sent up into the air, and Colton Howerton, not even having to move, makes the grab. And everybody, both Jones and LeMaster, staying put at their respective bases. So the Knights will remain with runners at first and second with 2 outs. And in steps Jaden Kell.
Think Different. Have you heard of this one? It's a very popular brand in America. I wouldn't say the world.
If I guess the type of brand, can you tell me if I'm correct?
It is a tech brand.
Okay.
Eat Apple.
Oh, that's the thing, is you never really know slogans from Apple because they're so
Right.
yeah.
I mean, they always have so many different campaigns that are showing off, a different
so many
color.
campaigns call him a politician.
Yeah.
The count, the 2-0 in there for called strike 1. The count.
Yellow campaign featuring the new, what was
Featuring-
it?
no, that was Lemonade. This pitch hit high up into the air and will be caught by Isaiah Garcia. So that'll do it here in the top of the 5th inning. No runs off, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Baldwin City still leading 3-0, and we will take a short break and come on back.
You said second baseman? Oh, yeah. And then
Cade Adams leads
Jackson
off the
Truman.
The third baseman, number 18, Cade
bottom of the
Adams.
fifth. Cade Adams leads off the bottom of the fifth inning, which he fouls the first pitch off that he sees for strike one. So a couple of fielding updates for the Knights as Adams rips one into center field. He's on with the leadoff single. So what we have seen so far
first baseman, number 7, Quinn
is
Noble.
Nash McCarty has replaced Depeche Nath at first base, and Barrett and Truman have traded places at second and third. Can't really see the outfield, so maybe something is happening, but we definitely don't bench Hudson as the catcher. Global Skies, the 0-1 straight into the glove of LeMasters in left field.
And I believe, actually, Kell has been replaced with Will Laval.
Number 11, Logan
Number
Crow.
16, Will Laval. But we can.
The first pitch that Logan Gross sees, a worm burner into center field.
Right fielder, number 24, Colden
And Baldwin City
Alberton.
with 2 runners on. With 1 out.
Yeah, there you go.
I lost my train of thought. The first pitch Howerton sees in the outer third for strike one. Howerton 0 for 2 in this contest. Fly out and a line out, so has put the ball in play both times. And ball got sort of past the glove, past the body of Hudson, the catcher. However,
I think it was a late escape.
Yeah, late escape,
Hudson.
and I don't think that maybe Adams probably would have. It didn't go too far either, so I think Adams may have been out at third. So he fouls. And the count is now 1-2. The 1-2. This one Adams will run on, as will Grow. So runners on second and third now after the passed ball, with the count being 2-2 to Harrington. So 2 runners in scoring position now.
Something I've sort of picked up on is
As the 2-2 fouled off.
is Rennick just being a little more comfortable out of the windup. I mean, as you know, a lot of pitchers start from the stretch when first starting to pitch, and then as they start to become a more crucial pitcher, they're going to adapt to a windup. But
As the 2-2 hit into right field, but straight into the glove of goalie. Adams will come home. There will not even, the throw will be cut off. And also up moves Grow to third, but the sac fly gets the job done. 4-0 the score now.
But yeah, I think when Rennick gets some guys on base, it's obviously not a. I can start to see a little different development in pitch counts and whatnot when he is from the stretch rather than the windup.
Yep, and the first pitch that Austin Rocha sees is in there for called strike one. So actually, the last 2 runs that Baldwin City have scored have both come via sac fly. So they've kind of shown that they can score any which way, as that pitch low for ball one, and all four of their runs have come off batted balls as well. So no wild pitches, no pass balls, obviously, as that'll be another one. Austin Rocha drives one into left field.
Caleb Welshire.
But that will score another.
And I believe that might be Arocha's second RBI, as he scored someone earlier in the first or second inning.
As Welshire takes the first pitch for a ball. Yes, and that was RBI number 2 for Rocha, as Welshire takes the second pitch for a ball.
I think one thing the Blues are doing great at is just staying aggressive. Obviously, they're going up there to hit and not wait for the perfect middle pitch. But props to the Blues for staying aggressive.
Not that they're not being conservative at all. As the 3-0 is off the plate, but called a strike. So the count is 3-1 now. And the 3-1 low. So Welshire works himself a 2-out walk. Runners on first and second for Baldwin City now.
I believe there might be a pitching change, or
I believe we're at least going to have a mound visit. So with that, we will step aside and take a short break. The mound visit is done, and Carter Rennick remains on the mound. However, the new batter in for Baldwin City is Isaiah Garcia, who takes the first pitch in there for called strike one. Garcia is 2 for 2 in this contest with with a single and a double, and I actually believe both of those were the first pitch of the at-bat, as he sees the 0-1 on the outside part of the plate. So the count quickly 0-2. Both runners go. It is a ball, and I think Hudson did not have the best. Possibly started to pump down, but there was no throw. The 1-2 outside once again, so the count even at 2-2. But 2 runners in scoring position for Baldwin City should they need it. As this one skied into left field, and it'll be just foul. So the count remaining at 2-2, and that was probably just about as close to the foul, close to the outside part of the chalk as it could be. It was all away. But the count remains at 2-2. And the 2-2 swung on and missed. So that'll do it here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 runs off 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on. Baldwin City extends their lead to 5. And with that, we will take a break and be back with the top of the 6th inning.
Fielder number 3, Rollins Brandt.
Rollins Brandt leads off the top of the 6th inning for the Kansas City Knights. They currently trail Baldwin City by a score of 5-0. And the first pitch by Hudson Ivy is outside for ball 1. So yes, it is Hudson Ivy out for another inning of work. I believe no changes in the Baldwin City lineup so far as Brandt sends this one into center field, and Isaiah Garcia makes the catch. One down.
That does qualify him for a quality start, I believe, right? Or is
I
it
believe,
six?
I think it's at the end of 6. So
at the end of 6 innings. Okay.
So should every stat line stand so far? Because I think obviously the Knights can score a couple runs, but
this will be McCarty's first at bat of the evening.
Yep, as he did for Nath at first base. He takes the first pitch for ball 1. McCarty, a 2024 graduate, is going to be a Kansas Devil. I'm trying to remember the color, whether it's blue or red.
It's both.
Well, blue and red is their colors, but what are they?
Oh, yeah. I believe it is
the
the Devils.
One way outside. Well, I got the Devils part, though.
Oh, if it's the red or blue Devils.
Yes, that's the
question of the century.
Maybe for the 2-1 high for ball 3, it is the Blue Devils. Should have known blue is their primary color.
They have a pretty nice field.
Yeah.
Been there a handful of times for playing in showcases when I was a junior, senior in high school.
The 3-1 swung on a miss, so the count now full. Do you know the mascot for Baser Linwood High School?
Ooh. I don't believe I do.
That would be the Bobcats.
The
payoff pitch fouled off into the fence. We will do it again.
I do have some family that lives in Baser, but not to the high school level yet, so.
Can't say I've been out there many times. The second payoff pitch just outside. And Nash McCarty works himself a 1-out walk. And the Knights with the first base runner of the inning. For Jackson Truman to play with, the next batter in the box, just trying to keep the line going.
And was originally starting at second over 2/3 to switch positions with Alden Barrett.
So he swings. On the first pitch, the count is 0-1. Next pitch outside for 1-1. Ivy throws over to first. Cannot find McCarty. You got any more of those slogans?
Oh, well, let me pull up my good old scrapbook of them over here. Let's see.
It's the 1-1. Fouled off the count now 2-1. While you're looking for those, there are a couple games being played in the Mid-Plains League tonight. We will get you scores on that in just one moment. Currently, the Midwest A's leading the Junction City Brigade 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. However, Junction City has a runner on second with 2 outs. And the 1-2 swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Hudson Ivy. I believe that is number 3. And that makes it 2 outs now.
All right.
The catcher, number 56.
For Joshua Hudson.
This one's multiple choice, so I'll give you some multiple choice options here.
Ooh, just tell me the answer. Or no, just tell
I'll tell
me
you the slogan and see if you can guess before?
No, just tell me the slogan and all.
All right.
But before you do that, Topeka Warhawks currently leading the Kansas City Monarchs 3-0. Topeka with runners on first and second, with nobody out. In the bottom of the fourth, looking to add to their lead. Ivy throws over to first, cannot find the runner. So we will go again. The 0-1, swung on a missed. Count now 0-2. What's your favorite Pokemon?
Favorite Pokemon, huh? I didn't really get into Pokemon cards, or I played a couple Pokemon games on.
The 0-2 hit to Logan Groh, who fumbles on the plays. That will be an error. Credited to Groh. Runners on first and second now.
Yeah,
Still with 2 outs.
I didn't really dive into Pokemon as much as others would in their childhood, but I really like the
Number 39, Chris
Bulbasaur.
Jones.
I was really into the Earth types,
That would be the grass type.
or I guess grass. But
Because Earth type would be closer to the ground type,
yes,
of which is...
But I did like the water type Squirtle.
No
Just,
love for Charmander, apparently.
Yeah.
At least not coming from you. But I always picked fire types, so as my starter.
All right. So back to the slogans before we leave this train of thought.
By the way, they count 1-1 to Chris
Right after
Jones,
this pitch.
who wears one. And now the bases are loaded.
All right. So it melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
M&M's.
Nice one. Fun fact. 1941 until 1949, violet was one of the 5 colors.
What's your favorite M&M?
I don't like chocolate.
Number 15, Alden Barrett.
Alden Barrett, the next batter up. Okay, you don't have to like chocolate to have a favorite M&M. What's your favorite M&M?
I'm a big orange guy all around. So
Orange, slow, no power, no acceleration, not great. Yellow. Yellow's my favorite M&M.
yes. And why is that?
The 1-0 swung on a miss by Barrett. Count 1-1. Yellow's my favorite because he is the slowest M&M in the game. The game being M&M's Break 'em, but power, which I think is more. It's a lot more efficient than having to hit the same block. So red is the balanced one, kind of like Mario. Mario's red, and the red M&M, he's red, but green.
By LeMasters and assistant coach Mason Chance for the foul ball.
Look to be all in good fun, though, at least.
Oh yeah, but I think on that one, and I think it might have a little.
2-2, hit to Grover to second, and that play is in time, so that'll do it here in the top of the 6th.
We'll get back to those.
No runs off, no hits, 1 error, 2 left on.
We'll get back to those slogans.
We will.
In the bottom of the 6th.
Hudson Ivy escapes a bases loaded jam with no outs, so that'll do it here in the top of the 6th. We will come back after the break with Baldwin City leading 5-0.
The designated hitter, 0, Marquis Williams.
Marquis Williams leads off the bottom of the 6th innings. And there is a new pitcher for the Knights. It is Chris Jones, who was the designated hitter. He is now the pitcher, so should another pitching change be made by the Knights, that pitcher will be batting. The first 2 pitches by Jones, both outside for balls.
So this next slogan, Joe, I'd like to take it out to one of our sponsors.
The 2-0, the same, 3-0.
Bullpen Sports Bar, for all your...
Yeah, is that slogan on your quiz? Or are you just looking it up?
It is the king of beers.
That is Budweiser.
Did you know that since 1985, the like-name brewery in Czechoslovakia, now the Czech Republic, has produced a beer known as the king of beers?
Let me see that.
Fielder number 3, Brennan Johnson.
Oh yeah, there is 2. Yeah,
The Czech Republic.
in the Czech Republic that they both opened up separately, both breweries.
Right.
As Williams gets down to second base and makes it in time. Johnson showed a bunt at first, at the plate, but he pulled back. So that is a ball and a stolen base for Williams. Baldwin City with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Williams runs, looked like he was going to run. The 1 outside for the 1-0. Jones steps off, turns around.
All right, the next one. All the news that fits to print.
I'm going to say that's like...
Do you want me? It is not USA Today.
Not the NYT. Is it the NYT?
It is the NYT.
Yep. By the way, the count is 3-0. 3-0 in there for
fun
called strike
fact
1.
About the New York Times.
As Williams caught stealing, trying to run to third.
There you go.
So, base is cleared now. Marquis Williams just trying to stretch his luck a little further, but so the count now 3-1. Make that 4-1. Johnson puts a runner right back on in the very next pitch for Baldwin City.
The New York Times still prints its slogan since 1851 in the upper left-hand corner of the front page.
The New York Times?
I actually have, yes.
Same.
I've gotten a couple of paper copies newspapers, and then
well, yeah, that's
I guess that is
more what
paper
I was
copy.
thinking.
Yes.
Is he is safe
Close play.
as the pitch is an up and in ball. It's right back where they started, just with 1 out less to play with, but they do have a runner on second with 1 out now. In the lower part of the zone for strike 1.
All right.
Steps off to
Fly the Friendly Skies.
It's United.
It is United, and I figured you would get that one.
Yeah, because I looked over at your phone and saw it.
Oh, you little
I haven't been doing that before, but I did. As Johnson runs to third, he is safe. The pitch, a ball. Baldwin City with a runner on third.
And
That's the first one I cheated on, though.
well,
And I was honest about cheating.
I
Does
appreciate
that make
that.
me worse? I did cheat still. So the 2-1 swung on and missed. Count down 2-2.
All right. This one, I could see it being easy as well. What can Brown do for you?
That is UPS.
It is UPS. And UPS traded the image of its brown trucks and
2-2
uniforms.
hit up into the air and out of play.
It has traded the image of its brown trucks and uniforms for the new slogan, United Problem Solvers, in 2015. So that's pretty recent for a lot of these older companies.
It's true.
That we have had.
Some have been established. The count still 2-2 to Cade Adams, who sends one to Kell at short. Actually, he cannot get a hold of that. Will be credit. Actually, I believe that is not Kell. That is at short.
So this next one, don't leave home without it.
Burlington Coat Factory.
It is not.
By the way, the score is 6-0 now. I actually have no idea what it is.
It's a.
As Cade Adams snags another base.
Card company.
A card company. Okay, MasterCard or Visa. One of those.
Those are two options, and there's a third one as well. Do you want to hear it?
I'm guessing it is the third one, which is an American Express.
It is an American Express. Is the answer?
Okay. 4-2-0. Grubble 1 for 3 in this contest, looking for another hit. The 2-0 outside for 3-0.
The slogan didn't want to just remind folks about a great travel with American Express, but also wanted to know that it was also can be used for everyday purchases.
That is true. By the way, Grubble, the home run leader in the Mid-Plains League right now with 4, will not have an opportunity in this at-bat. He takes a 4-pitch walk. And with that, we will have a mound visit. And on the other side of it, Logan Grow, the bat short break. Logan Grow, the first batter that Chris Jones will face after the mound visit.
The shortstop, number 11, Logan Grow.
First pitch he sees in there for called strike 1. So Carter Rennick's line is final, so we'll read that after the next pitch. Jones steps off to try and catch Adams at second, cannot get him. So I'll just start reading it now. Rennick, 5 innings pitched, 27 batters faced, 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Adams goes, and Grow, a double play.
More untraditional, as you
see. The ball was hit straight to Truman, who caught Adams on the fly, and the throw over to first was in time. So Baldwin City extends their lead. 1 run off, no hits, 1 error. I believe 1 left on. With that, we will head to the top of the 7th inning after the break.
Yes.
Back with the top of the 7th inning. This inning for it is Lemasters to lead off, trail 6-0, and having a little bit of some difficulty starting. However, we are ready to go. This pitcher is Nick Brubeck, who I suppose needs another practice swing or another couple practice pitches, and they're going to let him have them. So while that's going on, we will just rifle through all of the new
Hey there, guys.
So, sorry about that. It is Jack Lemasters to lead off. The first batter faced by Nick Brubeck of, I believe, the entire season. He's making had some injury problems, but is making his 24 debut tonight. And he has a quick 1-1 count on Lemasters early. So going through all of the defensive substitutions for Baldwin City, Andrew Brubeck, Nick's brother, replaces Austin Rocha as the catcher. That is Elijah Kincaid in for Quinn Grobel at first. Excuse me. So much going on. The count is 3-1. That's where I got 3. Jackson Evans in for Caleb Welshire at second. Cade the 3-1 outside. And Lemasters aboard with a leadoff walk. Maverick Rockers replacing Logan Groh at shortstop. Ryan Cox replacing Brandon Johnson in left field. Pinch hitter for the Knights, we will tell you who that is. It is Carter Prather, who takes the first pitch he sees down the middle for strike one. So it's Ryan Cox in left, swing and a miss. Count now 0-2. Kyan Gus replacing Isaiah Garcia in center field, and Luis Comunez replacing Colton Howerton in right field. That's all the defensive substitutions. There is possibly a designated hitter change. We'll let you know if we know who that is. As Prather, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and Nick Brubeck, his first strikeout of the evening.
Brubeck's pace, I guess, yeah, Brubeck that is pitching Nick. His pace is outstandingly fast. He likes to get to work and get to work fast. So, I mean, obviously the inning's going to be quick, but, or at least we
Possibly,
hope.
Yeah. He's working at that kind of pace. He has it's 1-0, so we'll, after this pitch, read the line for Hudson Ivy. The 1-0 to Lavoie inside for 2-0. So Hudson Ivy, 6 innings pitched, 24 batters faced, 4 hits, no runs, 2-1.
Thought it was called strike
Brant thought it was strike.
Thought it was called strike
Brant thought it was strike 3, but it was just off the plate for a ball, so the count 1-2.
But you're going to see a lot of check swings, obviously, because the pace that he's going at with the velocity that he's going at as well. I mean, doesn't give a
11th. It runs off, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. Baldwin City retains their 6-0 lead. And we will head to a break and come back with the bottom of the 7th inning. Luis Jimenez leads off the
Bottom of the 7th
bottom of the 7th for Baldwin City.
Luis Jimenez.
A new pitcher for the Kansas City Knights. It's Jack LeMasters coming in from left field. So there obviously is a new left fielder for the Knights. As the first pitch by LeMasters, and therefore called strike one. However, we're not sure who it is. So when we figure that out, we will let you all know. But it is someone different in left field as Jimenez.
Don't quote me on it, but I believe it is Maverick McDonald.
Is that
Number 7.
number 7? I can't see that far, so.
He did turn around, and I believe I saw either a 1 or 7.
Strikeout by Jack LeMasters. In steps Andrew Rubeck, who takes the first pitch inside for ball 1.
And you see a tempo almost the same as Nick Brubeck for the Blues, as LeMasters is just kind of getting into it as well with a fast pace here.
Yep, I think it's more as this one skied into left field and caught on a run by
McDonald.
The first pitch that Jackson Evans sees is in there for called strike 1. And he check swung. Yes, he did.
Masters does have
0-2.
Masters does have a really good quick arm slide. It's over the top, but helps him kind of get around his slider a little bit quicker, so it has a
The 0-2 fouled off.
has a later finish rather than going through a big loop as other people.
The 0-2 outside 1-2. The sun's almost completely. It's not set. It is definitely setting, and there's a nice cotton candy colored sky. So count goes even at 2-2. Cotton candy. I never really liked that. Never really liked cotton candy.
Really? Flavored? Like ice cream or?
Not as much. I guess it was never really something I endeavored to.
Right. I was a big bubblegum or cotton candy flavored guy.
3-2. Hit up the middle and into center field. Jackson Evans, after coming back from an 0-2 count, works himself and in steps Kai Gus for his first at bat of the evening. Which Gus sees fouled off.
And with this new lineup of nearly as many lefties as
this pitch hit up and into the air into shortstop. Lavoie comes down and makes the grab, so that'll do it here in the bottom of the 7th. No runs off, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Baldwin City's lead remains at 6, and with that, we will take a short break and come back with the top of the 8th inning. Nash McCarty out to lead off the top of the 8th inning. He swings and misses on the first pitch by Nick Brubeck. Does the same on the second, so he's down quickly 0-2. The 0-2 away for ball one. The nasty breaking ball in there for called strike 3 and make that strikeout number 4 for Nick Brubeck.
He's only faced 5 batters.
He has a K per 9 of 27 right now. That's pretty good. That means he's struck out every possible out. He's faced 5 batters actually and struck out 4, so that's a
4 straight actually.
Some nerd can tell me what that stat means, but I can tell you that means he's striking out a lot of people. As the first pitch that Jackson Truman sees is in there for called strike 1. Make that called strike 2.
I'm not going to lie. I also think that his strike per ball percentage is also off the charts as well.
Yep,
as he's
I think
struck out the last 4.
And this one not going to be a strikeout, but hit to Jackson Evans at second, who makes the throw over to first in time. 2 away in the top of the 8th. And in steps Joshua Hudson.
Catcher number 56, Joshua Hudson.
And he's faced 6 batters.
Yeah, 6 batters and
24
total
pitches.
strikes 16, make that 17. So yeah, he was at a total strike of 2/3 of them. As the first pitch to Hudson called, the 0-1 swung on a miss, 0-2. The 0-2 fouled off and out of play. I will say, not a whole lot of foul balls tonight.
No, not
it really
nearly as
hasn't
much
been. I feel like there's
as-
been less than like 10. Obviously, there's
I'd
probably
say
some way for us to count them, but
foul balls
it doesn't
out of play.
seem like they're, especially out of play foul
Yeah.
balls, not many. The 0-2 fouled off.
I did not flinch.
I did not.
And neither did Grady. So we're
Yeah,
that
that was close.
We're standing strong right now.
But the count remains 0-2. A swing and a miss, a drop third strike. The throw down to first is in time.
And I would like to point out that it was that at-bat being 5 pitches was 1 minute and 3 seconds.
Wow.
As
Yeah.
Obviously, the other ones have been quicker, but just finding that last at-bat being a whole minute is quite insane.
Yeah, crazy. But that'll do it here in the top of the 8th. No runs off, no hits, no errors, none left on. A 1-2-3 inning. Baldwin City keeps their 6-0 lead going into the bottom of the 8th. And with that, we will take a break.
just for shits and gigs.
Kendall Rivero leads off the bottom of the 8th.
Leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Blues, the designated hitter number 5, Kendall Rivero.
Kendall Rivero making his first at-bat of the evening. And I believe this is, yes, it is Jack LeMaster's first pitch to Rivero is low and away for a ball. This one a little more up. Called a strike. 1-1. And the next pitch hit into shallow right field, but definitely not playable by anybody. So the count, not the count.
Number 32, Ryan
Kendall Rivero working a leadoff single. And Ryan Cox, the next batter up, making his first plate appearance of the evening. And the first pitch he sees is outside for ball 1. And the next pitch he sees is hit to third. The throw to second is in time. The throw to first is not. So a fielder's choice is the call. So Rivero retired on the bases. However, Cox reaches safely. So Bolt just an out west. Baldwin City with a runner on first with nobody out.
I will say
One out.
Great play by Truman, though, to
Yeah.
get on the line quick and then even make a great throw to second to even have an attempt at first.
That was another one of those where it was probably the same location as that one we talked about
I would
before.
agree.
That was just fair. And then,
Yeah.
had it gone, it probably would have gone on the same tree and at least got the lead runner as Cade Adams sees a breaking ball. That was a nice breaking ball.
Great change of speed there.
1-1 the count now.
Wasn't a whole lot. And a huge thing with pitching is if you're going to throw an off-speed, you want to almost make it look like it's the exact same pitch coming in, except obviously the different speeds and whatnot going into it.
1-1, high pitch, swung on and missed.
But huge for LeMaster to just
1-2.
huge for LeMaster to just present himself as he's throwing a fastball, but obviously it's a 5 to 6 mile an hour change and it gets lighter.
1-2, fouled off. Count now 1-2. Stays 1-2. Not now 1-2. Stays 1-2. One, two. Hit fair. And Truman's going to do the same thing again. And with the same exact result. Pretty much the same play, yeah.
Yeah. I to get to the line quick and make sure you can make a good line 2 second in hopes to obviously make time again for make a good throw to first.
Put him in. Got the throw to second. The throw to first was beat out in just about the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, you know. Lightning strikes twice sometimes as Elijah Kincaid hits the first pitch of the at-bat to Lavoie. The throw over to first in time. And the bottom of the 8th finishes with no runs off 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Baldwin City cannot add to their lead, but their lead is still 6. We will come back with the top of the 9th.
The Baldwin City Blues would like to thank the Smaysville
Baldwin City leading, Baldwin City leading 6-0, and Blues looking to slam the door on the Knights. Maverick McDonald leads off the top of the ninth inning for the Kansas City Knights. They have three outs. Try to extend this game as
this will be the first at-bat for McDonald as he was subbed in to left field.
Yes, it is.
When the Masters came into pitch.
Next pitch called strike one. It is a new pitcher. It's Danor Muskerkin. And we will read Nick Brubeck's final line in just one moment, but I can tell you I think it was
quite outstanding.
5 strikeouts. Tell you in just a second, I
believe it was 4 strikeouts.
1-1 is low for ball 2. Nick Brubeck's final line, East. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts.
Oh, wow.
No runs.
So we did go 5 straight.
No hits. The 2-1 fouled off by McDonald. Count 0-2.
Or he did have, he had a ground ball to Jackson Evans before the final strikeout for the third out.
So fun fact. So Danor Muskerkin currently plays his college ball just down the Highway 59 at Ottawa University. Is that pitch outside for ball 3? Is the count now full? Maverick McDonald will be playing his college ball at Ottawa University of Arizona in Surprise. The 3-2 check swung on. Did he go? Yes, he did. And McDonald
first out for
definitely
Dane.
disagrees with that, but it is a strikeout nonetheless. Muskerkin with his first strikeout, and yep, I mean, definitely you can on your first bat, well, really any time, but especially your first batter to try and forward Muskerkin, because now you only have to get 2 outs. You don't have any base runners to worry about.
And I feel like
just the next guy.
Just the morale is obviously boosted for the team as well, knowing that where Muskerkin is here to play and here to win.
Yep, for sure. As the 1-0 is low. Count now 2-0. The 2-0 fouled off. Count now 2-1. Barrett looking for his first hit in this game. Over three different ways. Strikeout, flyout, and a fielder's choice. I believe that fielder's choice would have seen him reach base, but I believe that was the second out, or the third out of that inning. So, obviously did not have that chance. The 2-1 hit up into the air. Into left field to Ryan Cox, who makes the grab. 2 outs.
And all of a sudden, the morale is boosted even more.
Yeah.
Obviously, one more out just to close this game with a quick 1-2-3. But it'd be huge for the Blues just to come out with a win here.
Yep. Would be a first shutout in some time. I don't have the number in front of me when it last happened. First pitch to Jack LeMasters. A strike. So 0-1 to LeMasters. The 0-1 in the dirt for 1-1. The 1-1, he LeMasters on the first base side, so opposite field, but he sees 1-2, and the Kansas City Knights down to their final strike of the game. The 1-2 outside.
And speaking of pulling inside pitches,
Count now 2-2.
It's really tough to obviously pull an inside pitch, given that depending on how close and inside it is, but Bobby Witt Jr. for the Kansas City Royals obviously does a great job at that of getting the barrel through the inside part of the zone quick.
And the 2-2 low, the count now full. payoff pitch is high. Masters the board with 2 outs.
The right fielder, number 2, Carter Prather.
So in steps Carter Prather trying to keep this game alive. Prather 0 for 1 in this contest. Will obviously need to reach base. The first pitch he sees is a strike. Prather just finished up, or last season was his first at Central Methodist. He did not appear for the Eagles. Before going to Central Methodist, the 1-1 low for ball 1, he was a Kearney Bulldog. Kearney was where 2022 Baldwin City Blue Grant Nicholson went to school. And I believe the same for Kanan Sheely, who also played in that 2022 squad. The 1-1 inside. Count now 2-0. 2-1. The 2-1 is high. Not so much inside as Prather maybe thought it was. He kind of jumped out of the way, and that actually started outside, broke inside, but ended up in the middle part of the plate. So
yeah, I'd say maybe a little high, but
yep.
Definitely full Brubeck as well.
The count is 3-1. And the 3-1 hit up into the air, into left field, and Ryan Cox makes the grab, so that'll do it here in the top of the 9th inning. No runs off, no hits, no errors. 1 left on. The Baldwin City Blues take the non-league game as they shut out the Kansas City Knights 6-0. They do that via 6 runs off 11 hits while committing 1 error. The Knights 0 runs off 4 hits. They committed 2. The winning pitcher is Hudson Ivy. 6 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. However, that is a combined shutout for Baldwin City. And with that, we say goodnight to you, folks. We will be back here on Wednesday as the Baldwin City Blues travel to Overland Park to take on the Kansas City Monarchs. Might as well do one final score update. Junction City Brigade currently leading the Midwest A's 7-2 into the top of the 9th. The A's looking for one more chance to score. And the Kansas City Monarchs, who the Blues will be taking on Wednesday, currently lead the Topeka Warhawks 5-3 after 6 innings. Okay, well, that's it for us tonight. Thank you all for listening and bearing with our technical difficulties. Clearly, we've had a ton of them, and we're trying hard to fix all of them. But we will see you all maybe Wednesday. But if not, we'll see you when we see you. Have a good night.